Was definitely the shakier of the two. So realistically, we're looking at them to get off to a good start here.
Now, while this pistol round could be instrumental in that, you can already see aggression out of Fnatic. Look at where Dirk is. Pushed all the way through Dish. Great control, and that might just catch Chronicle off guard if he starts to move back away from that B site. Mech definitely spread out right now, looking to catch any aggression out of Fnatic, and well, it's just going to be a waiting game until they decide, by the looks of it, to move back to this A side, and that's when Dirk is going to have the opportunity to strike and maybe take a couple of heads, if they do go back there.
Yeah, right now at least, it seems like Fnatic have got everything covered, though. Like the Dish push, they've got the stack up on the B site, and then you've obviously got Magnum on that Cypher, getting them information in the other direction. So their actual read on the scenario is very, very good just because of that map control, and because there's no default for mech. They're kind of pushing into this one dry because they haven't spotted those players getting information on the other side of the map. And now, well, they're going to start making their way towards B, where the majority of players are.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of utility here to slow them down, or at least to attempt to do so. Perfect stun onto Chronicle connected. Bravaf doing a good job up above with that utility, allowing Boaster to pick up that double as they move towards the site. Mech's numbers are just thinning out. And although Brave eventually falls, it's a 4v2. This retake should be easy for Fnatic to connect.
Yeah, you'd have to be a little bit disappointed if they weren't able to get something done here. Redguard, he's been given a fight, but doesn't actually find anything from it. And now it's left all onto Nats. He's pretty damn good in these scenarios. Already on for the ace, needing 2 more and trying to isolate one of these jewels. But Mystic will put him down before he gets too dangerous. I'll say too dangerous because it already was dangerous.
Yeah, even when he's got 3 HP, you can't be counting him out of those kind of clutches. Pick up this opening round, and we said, you know, their defensive side, getting that pistol under their belt. It's exactly what they wanted to see. They've got that little bit of aggression out on A Dish already. We've not seen any of that Cypher. Excuse me. Well, I think they're going to get naded at the start of this. There's a lot of players here for Fnatic. 3 inside the halls, and they're going to catch the spike right away. Oh, that's a heartbreak.
Oh, yeah, that's rough. The whole plan is to try and wrap back around and catch these players off, and now they have to start battling for the spike. They do at least manage to find themselves a kill, actually get a second as well. This was looking done in the early stages of this round, but fighting it back into a 3v3, it makes it dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, are they aware of that little corner by Magnum? They are now. First kill already found, a good headshot, but I mean, they're still keeping this reasonably alive over on the mech side. The rotation possible. Gonna have heals coming back online for Shados. What, a minute on the clock? So he can definitely get Defo back up to full. And then there really is a fight on their hands. This is a good opportunity for Boaster if he can catch them before that heal goes down and the reset comes through. But you don't want to keep pushing all the way into the spawn and give them these duels and those free advantages. So instead, it looks like Fnatic, oh, they were going to freeze. But as time ticks on, Boaster's moving forward and he'll get him. Shados down, Defo low. This round should be saved for Fnatic.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, saved. I think that's the right word because it's still not a good one. They're not going to be happy with it, especially for the investment into mech. It was mostly frenzies, which is not a particularly expensive pistol. A little bit of shields and obviously a stim because, well, that's the meta we're in right now. We're in the stimmy meta. Can't definitely get anything more though. Even one more kill here would be pretty atrocious for Fnatic in a round like this. 5 HP, and it still comes a little.
You know, when you come to a round like this with 2 players surviving, it's tough to really look at that and say, hey, let's play a bonus out of that. Maybe if you've got some pistols to back it up, like some sheriffs especially, but only 2 players have cashed for the next round on the Fnatic side, and even then that's a little bit questionable. And the advantage is they come in, they still have 3 Spectres to play with, and they've lost the opening duel. And this is a crushing start, because with Durka down and Brave following, they're only left with these 3 Spectres now to try and recover this round.
It looked a little disjointed, like the fault line hit after the player was already dead, and at that point, you could just tuck into the corner for Chronicle. He's also probably the last player on this run. Well, I guess there's a lot of players you don't want to be challenging, but with his form at the moment, I don't think you want to be going anywhere near him. So a fantastic start to the round. Also, the problem with this map in general, and the reason I think it works so well for mech on the attack, is you can't sit still on that defensive side. There's too many angles to cover. You have to try and be proactive. So for one of the best defaulting teams in the world, this map on the attack was almost designed for them. For now, though, they're going to start pushing their way back towards the A site. And to be fair to Fnatic, they do have the majority of their players here.
Yep, the stack up is there, gives them the best chance of success, but even then, you're going to see some of these duels be very difficult on range. Defo is dropped to start with, and, well, Chronicle's gone as well. This is looking reasonable for Fnatic with just Spectres. Magnum's even coming up behind now, upgrading to a rifle, but he'll be dealt with, leaving it all into the hands of Boaster.
Put into things, and one of the main troubles, especially with this current like Brimstone iteration, as I said, you have to try and be proactive. You have to try and get information early. But even still, like for mech, what they do a lot of the time, play that clock late and then just burst into a site at super speed. And especially with the upping of the pace of the smokes landing for Brim as well, it makes it so tough for you to actually predict where this take is going to be in before they're already basically in your face. So I'm mainly going to be watching how teams actually play the defensive side of this map, because I feel like, especially in this current meta, it should lean quite heavily into the attack.
There's so much risk reward when it comes to the defensive side because of that aggression that you have to come out with. Yeah, I think it's really tough for to calculate. Wow, when it's worth taking that risk. Oh my God, Defo's on the site. And you know, sometimes I'd be behind that play. Hell, if this guy's got a Spectre, sure, but they're versus pistols and they make that. Well, now a rifle in the hands of Magnum is the main threat. Having been recovered from Defo's corpse, and he'll do well, at least finding the first on that. And Shados eventually dealing with him.
A strong opportunity to steal themselves around, and already you can see just with how deep some of this utility is being placed, they are trying to hold back or almost fake information to their opponent. Because right now, there's no one there for Fnatic. Unfortunately, Mitch, they're up against Defo, and I don't think he cares. He just walked through that smoke.
Yeah, sometimes you got to play confident. I like that. Over on the Fnatic side, certainly taking it passive in the same way that they did. It's essentially the same setup as the pistol round, slightly less aggression out of Durka, but
slightly.
This is slightly, yeah. But this is exactly what Fnatic will, I guess, rinse and repeat. It's been working in the pistol. Now with rifles in the hands of, oh, Mech Boaster almost lost his life to that one. Oh, the nade is great. No. He actually got out of there. He survived up above. Step bird, they know the Brave App is here. There's bullets everywhere. And as they go up, he's still in the corner. Oh, they're going to be so mad they tried to clear it. 2 quick kills for Fnatic. The advantage firmly theirs and locked in even further with Magnum's quick connection. Look at Redgar's health. Shados is the only one that can do anything in this round. 1 kill away from the res, and he gets the res online. Unfortunately, it's at the cost of his life. And Redgar, as we said, you know, his health ain't too strong. His chances of winning this round even weaker. Oh, well.
Shocked into a nade, which he survived after jump peeking. He then gets orbital strike, runs at them behind his own smoke, as you can see here, and still survives. There's no way he should have managed to stay alive in this round, and they definitely, it didn't seem like they should have won it flawlessly. So the only damage he really took was from the jump peek at the beginning.
Yeah, well, that was a lot of damage, to be fair. I think it was over 100. And he's just lucky to get out of there alive, as we said. Chronicles on the ropes. Literally on his way back. Nats is pushing up here, maybe sensing that there's a little bit of space. I'm not sure that reads exactly on. The poison orb seems to have deterred him, but now he's being caught in the open. Nice little jump peek by Fnatic. It was Boaster catching that information, but it actually plays against them in this round. They see that player outside B. They maybe think that they're setting up for something. But you know what, Tom? That was Nats that you saw. That was the lurker. That was the guy who wants to take that space and wreck you. Mech are walking right into the A side, and they'll have this one, I mean, more or less for free.
Yeah, it does, however, look like Fnatic are just going to try and hold on to all the extremities and play this one as a retake. Again, they've still got a fair few ultimates online. They're 1 orb apiece away on Mystic and Brave, having some pretty impactful ults as well. And okay, it took them a little longer than maybe I expected to get into that spot, but I don't think this is going to be as easy as you might think it will be for Mech.
What are you waiting for over on Fnatic? They haven't activated that cam just yet. There's clearly a plan for using this cam just as they go in for the execute. Magnum is starting to close in the distance, and I almost feel like this is to spot out a player. Maybe it's for the showstopper to allow that ult to go down for a nade or something. There we go. Showstopper used, and it takes down Redgar. Molly already on the spike. A time delay strategy not even working out. It's being diffused halfway already. Mystic and Durka with 2 quick kills, and it's Fnatic's round easily.
just clears the site out. Also would have given them any information if anyone else was there. And then I think it's the Molotov kill basically ends this round because it's a little double up there.
It's in the fact that of when they do it and how much they decide to commit. They use 2 ultis. Sure, costly, right? Orbital Strike, Showstopper, those are big ultis to use, but when you consider where Mech's economy is at, it's worthwhile. Confirm that round, break their money, leave 3 players with weaker weapons coming into this one, and still have their Rolling Thunder basically online and a Viper's Pit to play with as well. I mean, that is perfect, and especially if you look at Fnatic as wanting to play retakes, Viper's Pit retake A, Rolling Thunder retake A, those are perfect ultis to have for that kind of control. Now, Fnatic's plan is retake A. It's what they're doing every round. Look at Durka again, having pushed up through Dish, seeing that that's clear, nobody outside B. They're about to realize that this side of B is clear, and so everybody can be looking at that choke point. The only thing I think is that Nats is underground, right? So he's swapping around. Oh no, Boaster down, Showstopper used for space, and it's gonna catch Brave App. All right, good setup by Fnatic, good early round, but Mech have dealt with it perfectly.
Yeah, that jump spot has been incredibly risky a couple of times. You've also got the Sage Wall now allowing for this cross into the site. And you mentioned those ults. Well, both of them have been diminished here. It's going to come down to raw battles. Luckily, they do have Durka on side, but Chronicle is very, very quick to trade that one back and leave it into a 2 versus 3. Magnum's taking quite a bit of space here. He's going to get 1 for free at least, probably knowing that he's isolated on 2 different accounts. And well, now it's all on to Mystic.
Really tough with no utility to play with here. Even a smoke, your molly, anything. One player was peeking. He's trying to catch a bullet or 2. I like that target selection. Oh, he baits Chronicle perfectly. There's the tap now as he steps up close and Defo goes down. The head connected through the wall. Mystic has got this round in the bag. What an absolutely gorgeous clutch.
Like Mech did incredibly well. Like they were walking into basically a trap. All the information was there. They even had themselves a 2v1 after plum with the perfect crossfire. There's not much you can do about that though.
Oh, it's so slammed for it. And that was an expensive round for Mech. They put a lot of volts into it, and the reason that expense matters so much is because they lost it. All right, like Fnatic can invest what they did and get away with it. And here's Mech going in for a little bit more with the rifles in hand. They've lost Defo, even stunned up. Boaster gets away with 3. The stim on the floor gives him the extra speed, and that's all he needs. Redgar trying to fight his way through main, and he is having a tough enough job. But Nats on a clutch. This round is Fnatic's yet again, surely locked in. And Tom, oh man, Mech invest heavily. They have a good game plan, but geez, what do you do when you run into that?
It's unfortunate. It's one of the reasons I feel like the value of that Rolling Thunder might not be as high as people think it is, but it still takes extreme accuracy out of Boaster and even a little bit of help from the stim to just make sure that he met. Well, to get 3 there is unbelievable. Like again, the actual setup, the play, the change of pace from Mech, I like all of it. It's just that moment where Boaster manages to get a multi-frag that there's not much you can do about it. And you can see how much respect they're paying to Nats. I feel like so many people have been punished by not doing this in the past. They're just using utility to slow him down. He still manages to get 1, but the remaining 3 players are all surrounding the spike, and he has no time.
15 seconds, yeah, there just is not enough time to catch all those players who would have been hiding away in the corners. You know, you see it there in why you have to give. Ends up walking out with that kill. I mean, it's nasty. But this here, the fact that Defo goes down now, he doesn't have anyone to trade him, but that's fine, right? He's the space maker in that play. That's just a great first shot by Boaster.